Hi, welcome to Planet Grand Motorsport. Just thought I'd film a quick fleet update. The snow has melted about 3 days ago. We've had snow since pretty much Christmas Eve. The Mini has, well, disgraced itself a couple of times. I'll go into that in a minute. But the Golf GTI, the battery's flat as a pancake, so we're just putting the battery on it today. So I took the battery off the car yesterday. It's been on charge overnight. Charge lights are all now showing green, so let's fasten it back up and see if it'll start up again. I love these easily accessible engine bays. Look, no need for a socket on an extension. You can just get a spanner on that battery clamp bolt. Let's see what happens. Never doubted it. This thing, on the other hand, disgraced this car. To be fair, it's quite a nice car that's not been maintained very well. Key in the ignition and turn it. You hear that buzzing noise? It's a bit of an indication the battery on this thing's flat. If I try and start it, we get nothing. There's good reason for that, but I will talk about that in a second, because I need to get the bonnet open, which is no small feat, because the bonnet cable's broken. See, the winter tyres that we had fitted, they made a huge difference in the snow. So the failed alternator is buried in here, and apparently there's the alternator there, and I've got a spare one, a new one to go on it with a new belt and everything, but to get it on you have to drain the coolant system to get this hose off. You have to shove this vacuum line out the way. It helps to have this wheel arch liner out the way, and you also have to take the front end off and pull the whole radiator assembly forward. So we're hoping to tackle that really soon. But today, all I'm doing is I'm going to pull the battery off it, and we'll stick that on the charger. So one of the ways that this car's disgraced itself, because it's not just the alternator failing, one of the first things that it did within a couple of weeks of us getting it is it cut out completely and it wouldn't restart. It was dead, and it was actually, these battery terminals were loose and very dirty and very horrible. So this Mini's disgraced itself twice. It threw off one of its battery terminals, which killed it stone dead, which would have been really easy fix if the bonnet cable hadn't been broken. And because the builders haven't finished with the workshop either, we towed it back there. It was only about 2 miles from the workshop. Towed it to the workshop and then had to move about 4 stacks of breeze blocks. Unfortunately, in the cold weather, apparently the concrete will, the mortar between the bricks, so when they lay it, if it freezes, it just drops out. So yeah, we're kind of stuck waiting for the builders to get the workshop, but we've cleared a space. We're going to take this down over the weekend and do the alternator on it, come hella high water. And then, yeah, like I say, the alternator failed, which then caused the power steering to fail, and then everything else started to fail on it. But yeah, other than that, I don't want to sound like I'm down on the car, because it's fantastic. It's a great car to drive, and the way that the suspension behaves really puts me in mind of my old Minis that I used to race. The there's definitely a bloodline there. I mean, I know that they're very, very different cars, but the driving experience is very similar. We've been having a lot of fun with it. Other things, the BMW had a charging issue, which it's got a battery voltage monitoring system on it, which I will show you how I got around that in a future video. The Mk3 Golf, it's going to need a service pretty soon. That's running fine. I've got a suspension kit to go on that as well. And then the long termers, the Golf GTI and the 2 Lancia Deltas, we're just waiting on the workshop. We need that workshop ready, and then we'll get them over there, and we'll start tearing the bits and actually doing all the work on them. So watch this space, because I promise it is all coming soon. We just need to get the builders finished. But there'll be a video on the alternator on this coming up in the next few days.